Hey beautiful people, what's up? It's your girl Nokbonga Osariri. This channel is about holistic health, where holy meets health, and that's on period. Anyways, for today's video, we're going to be talking about rest. Bafetu, rest.
Rest.
Anyways, we are going to talk about the importance or the benefits of resting. We're going to be talking about ways to help you sleep better, and then we are going to look at how to ease academic pressure. So essentially, you can get more rest. Okay. Right. Let's get right into it. Boom. So having enough rest actually does like three major things for you. It does a lot of things, but I'm going to talk about just three things then. Okay, so the first thing is it reduces your anxiety or stress levels. Number two, it improves your mood, and lastly, it improves your immune health. So let me just dissect these three things then. So the first thing, obviously, if you don't get enough rest, then your mind is overworked and you're having a lot of waves. Oh, my physiology, guys. Okay, you are having the kind of waves of a person who is more alert and who is more awake. And in that state, then you cannot function properly. Your brain can't process information properly. You are overworked, and you are bound to crash and burn. So it's very important to rest so that your brain can do the things to be done, so you can absorb information better, so your emotional health, you need it. You need the rest. You really need the rest to reduce your stress, rest to reduce your anxiety. And usually when you are anxious, you are experiencing like a lot of emotions, a lot of negative emotions at the same time. And obviously, a way to dissolve or to dilute that state is to try and calm it. You need to counterbalance your anxiety with rest. Okay, so the second thing is improving mood. So the more you rest, the happier you actually are, because your physical health is being taken care of, your mind is calmer, you can understand people better, your emotional health is also quite sane. You are generally sane, and that will make you a happier person, because the girl is happy, the girl is taken care of, and the girl is living her life. Okay, so I hope you're getting my analogies, because yeah, sometimes I just don't like to explain too much, so I end up saying short little phrases. So please catch my drift. Please catch my drift. Anyways, the last thing is improving immune health, and this is so true, guys. You would not the science behind that is essentially your brain would focus on, if you are not emotionally stable and not emotionally okay, your brain would spend more time trying to get your state back into homeostasis. Like, it will try to get you back to normal. So the energy that would ideally be used for normal metabolic processes now is actually transferred to your stress levels. And all you can think of, have you ever felt like when you physically stressed, maybe going through a heartbreak, you start feeling pain in your gut, like you be like, my tummy is sore, and you literally feel like your chest is hurting. Trust me, you are not mad, you are not crazy. That is actually what happens when you are not emotionally okay, when you don't actually get enough rest. You actually suppress your own immunity, and you actually start feeling sick. Like, you actually get sick, like you become more susceptible to a cold, to a flu, to a tummy ache. You literally, because all the energy is being shifted to your stressor instead of your body actually taking care of you as it should. So yeah, it's not good, guys. Please rest when you get the chance. If you get the chance, rest. Okay, Okay, so how to sleep better? There are 5 steps. The first step would be to avoid caffeine early or late. And caffeine also, for me, honestly, I would say avoid caffeine or sugar early or late at night, because obviously when you wake up your brain has essentially or generally has a lot of energy, and if you're going to absorb a high sugar diet in that time, then a lot of energy actually goes towards breaking down that sugar instead of you being in a more calmer state. So your body actually rises quickly, like, okay, what do I need to do to reverse this balance? So it's not good for you to actually have a lot of caffeine or a lot of sugar early in the morning or just before you sleep, because those are states where you should be calm. Like when you wake up in the morning, you should be calm, guys. You really should be calm. That is like the ideal state. And when you're about to sleep as well, you should be calm. You can be hyperactive throughout the day, but those are the sensitive times of the day, so essentially it would be ideal to have nice proper meals for breakfast and for dinner. Throughout the day, please eat your Doritos, your marshmallows, to what you want. I'm not encouraging you to eat junk food, by the way, but I'm just saying that it is good to actually take care of your diet. Be watchful of your diet in the morning and late at night. So yeah. Okay, so the second thing would be to have a goal. And I know it sounds so cliche. Like, really, at my big age, I should have a goal. Yes, you should. You should have a sleeping goal like every day, and you should have like a limit as to I need to sleep. No, yeah, a limit, so to say. You should have a minimum amount of hours that you can sleep in a day. Like when you know what's in your periods of extreme stress and extreme fear, maybe for those phases you can be like, okay, if I get 4 hours of sleep today. Not that I'm encouraging that though at all. You should get 8 hours of sleep, guys. 8 full good hours of sleep. But life happens, and when life happens, you may not get to 8 hours of sleep. So in those times, please have a goal. Uti, I will sleep for this minimum amount of hours and that maximum amount of hours, so you can actually balance. And when the certain time comes, maybe for example, midnight is your time to sleep, tell yourself midnight, no matter who I'm talking to, good night, baby. Good night, baby. Good night, family. Good night, whomever. Like, it's my time. It's your time to actually recharge. And you need to be quite selfish with that time. You gotta be selfish with the time, because people are takers. People are takers. So yeah,
it doesn't need
we need to be quite selfish with our time. So have a sleeping goal, or have a goal for your rest. Only sleeping better or sleeping for longer is avoiding your phone or avoiding screen time when you're about to fall asleep, because that is really not that great for you. Because you can have a lot of stresses by just scrolling through Instagram. You can be triggered numerously. A lot can happen through your phone, a lot. Like, the phone honestly is one of the greatest enemies we could possibly have, but also one of the greatest assets as well. But when you're about to sleep, it's ideal to take time off. And this also goes for the morning. Like when I wake up, the first thing I do will definitely not be to touch my phone. I am not touching my phone for at least 30 minutes after I wake up. Like, trust me that if I text you at 8:30, I was awake at 8 or 7:30 or something. Like, I don't do that. I really don't, because I'm trying to protect my energy. So being on your phone is essentially an energy exchange. And because the early hours when you wake up and the late hours when you're about to sleep are such sensitive times and should be periods of rest, it's good to protect your energy. So stay away from your phone, reduce your screen time. Even if you tell yourself, it's 10 minutes before I sleep, I'm switching off my phone or whatever, try a little. I've gotten to 30 minutes now, because it's been a continual practice. But start little, like 5 minutes after I wake up, let me pray, or let me let me brush my teeth before I touch my phone, you know, like be intentional about actually trying to keep away from your phone and protect your energy, protect your mind, so that you can actually have better sleep or better rest. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about is exercise, baby. Exercising is important, and granted, we are not all gym fanatics, we all not gym freaks, and we get that, but it wouldn't hurt to incorporate a bit of an exercise routine. Like with me, I used to jog. I intend to begin jogging again. Yeah, I really do, and I am going to. But it's very important to exercise. We all know, generally, we all know the health benefits of exercising, but in particular, when it comes to sleep, is the fact that, like with me, the days I used to jog, I would wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., sometimes 5, sometimes half 5, depending on my day. And I wake up, I jog, I come back, I take a shower, and I'm refreshed. Like, I have so much energy, my mind is clear, you know. Izinto zihamba ngolayini, you know. All is well with the world. All is well with the world. And when I went to sleep, I could sleep better because my body was able to burn out energy, and I am tired, so I can sleep better. And it really, really, it is such a blissful sleep after a day of hard work, and then you go into your blanket. It's a different kind of sleep, trust me. I would highly recommend exercise. It doesn't have to be anything hectic. You don't necessarily have to join a gym. You could literally jog, speed walk, you know, sprint, you know, do something, man. Be physically active, and if possible, physically exercise, because physical activity and exercising are not necessarily the same thing. But anyway, that is a topic for another day. Rah. Okay, so now we go to academic. So yeah, we know that academics are quite stressful, and for a student, that is probably the worst stressor that you could have. So it was very important to talk about academics extensively in this video, so we know what to do to actually have better rest as students. And high school, you know, high school, varsity, college, part-time workers, even workers, honestly, I think this video could really help out, you know. But here we're going to focus on people who are still in the academia in life. Anyway, the first thing is to pray. Pray about it. I think often as Christians, I am a Christian, I often find that I seek God as a last resolution. Like when all is said and done, and I've studied and I can see that there's a possibility of me failing, that's the only time I'm like, Lord, please don't let me fail. Lord, you said in your word, blah 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 blah. When the entire time I literally could have prayed every time before I studied. I could have prayed for better understanding, I could have prayed for wisdom, I could have prayed for inspiration to study or motivation to study. Like, include God in your study, because I don't think there's a part of your life that should be exclusive to God. Like, if you fall God, then put God first, then you'll never be lost, even in class. So I think it's very important to actually pray and include God in your academic life, and include God in your stresses, include God in everything really. But Hige, for this video, include God in your academia. The second thing is to nap. Yo guys, and we're not all people who can nap. Personally, I struggle with this one, but if you can, and you get the chance to, then please nap. Like, it's going to actually boost your productivity. Like, when you're tired and you're coming back from school, just take a power nap, power boost yourself, you know, for an hour or two. Wake up and attack, you know. It really does boost your productivity instead of being in a constant state of exhaustion. And then now you need to try and push in that assignment, and you're editing and you're making 10,000 mistakes because you honestly just cannot focus. So napping really does help out. The third thing is reward yourself. Reward yourself. Let me just say it again. Reward yourself. Because academics do get draining and straining and paining. Anyway, it's very important to reward yourself. It's important to take yourself for an ice cream, or to have a packet of Doritos, or have a chocolate. Just do something, man. Do something, spice it up, make it a bit interesting, because it can really get so monotonous to study and so draining to study. And sometimes having a reward system gives you something to look forward to. Like, I know by the end of this week I'm going to go Rift City or whatever. It doesn't have to be that drastic, but do little things to actually spice it up, because honestly it gets draining and straining and paining to study. Ew. Like, I'm even rhyming, guys. Like, it's that bad. It's really that. Okay, so the fourth thing is have boundaries, or have limits. And this, I think I should practice a lot more. Sure, it's important to have boundaries. In the same way, the way I was talking about, you need to have a minimum sleep time and a maximum sleep time. It should be the same for academics. Like, you should know that on minimum, if I'm studying, then maybe that's 2 hours, and on maximum, I'm not going past 8 hours, or I'm not going past 12 hours. Hopefully you don't do more than 12 hours of studying in a day, because that's a bit concerning. But what I'm saying is have limits, have a range that you can do. So in that way, you can actually control yourself or limit yourself not to overwork and not to underwork. So you see, man, okay, do you follow me? Do you follow me? Anyways, the fifth thing is plan. Plan, child, plan. Because, and I'm quoting now, planning to fail is failing to plan, and that's on period, point blank, period. If you don't have a set plan, if you don't have a schedule, you don't have a timetable that you're following, if you're not planning how you're going to study, when you're going to study, where you're going to study, how is it going to be like when you study, the number of time, plan. Have a plan, because a plan gives you direction, it gives you focus, and it also helps keep you in check, because you would know whether or not you are behind, or if you are on par, or if you are ahead, if you actually have something to compare to. So don't just drift through academics and just hope it's it is what it is. No, it shouldn't be that way. You should actually have a set plan, and if you can write it down on paper and paste it on the wall the way mine are pasted very nicely there, trust me, it will really work for you. Paste some motivational quotes, like really spice it up, make it fun, make it creative. Just plan your work, okay? Plan your work. So the next thing I'm gonna say, I've kind of lost count, so is bite size. Make your work bite size, and I think this goes hand in hand with planning. Like, have a plan, but at the same time make your plan digestible to you. Don't if you're a person who's been studying for 3 hours a day in your life, don't think that next week you can immediately start studying for 8 hours a day, because you're trying to cover time. Like, let your studying be gradual, and if you want to increase it, gradually increase it, and if you want to decrease a bad habit, gradually decrease it. Like, take your time with it, don't overwork yourself. Just baby steps. And the next thing would be, don't procrastinate. I feel like that is also something that is said a lot, but we don't really state it enough. We really understate what procrastination can do. And procrastination is really a thief. It's a thief. It is a thief. It comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Really, it does that. So if you can avoid procrastination, please do start. If you get an assignment today and you decide to have a chill day today, don't want to do anything tomorrow, please start. Like, start as soon as you can. Everything you need to start as soon as you can. And it goes back to planning. If you have a plan in place and you follow it through to the best of your ability, because sometimes we do fail, and that's just true, but it's good to start as soon as you can. It's good to do it and get it over and done with. Like, that's literally my motivation in life at this point. Do it and get it over and done with, so you can focus on other things. Like, you have bigger problems to worry about, girl. Like, honestly, just do that assignment. You have 3 more. You might as well finish this one. Yeah. So don't procrastinate. Begin. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, and now we are going to talk about support systems. And some support systems are important. Yes, academics are personal. It's only about you. We know you are the one who's working hard. We know you're the one who's going through the pain. You are the one in the pit. But it's very important to actually draw strength from people around you. So if you can, get a mentor, get someone a mentor who's probably in your course. Like, I have a few mentors, and when it gets tough, I really go back, like, how did you do this when you were in my year? How did you get through this? How did you maneuver that module? It's good to get support, to speak to your friends, to speak to your family, because you cannot do it alone. No man is an island. You're gonna need someone to help you out, and hopefully you are also helping people out there, please, because we are not only takers, we are also givers in this holistic house. Okay, so yeah, have a support system in place. And if you don't have one, cool, you can start now. Like, it's never too late to call your mom and be like, yo mom, I'm going through the most. Or call your sister, call a friend. It's very, very important to have people to support you, so that the load doesn't feel as heavy and as lighter. Oh wow, as heavy. Wow. And also, God is your greatest supporter, because who better to help you out when you need help? Who better to talk to when you need comfort? And who better to heal your pain? Who better? Right. And the next thing is, be realistic. Yeah, don't lie to yourself. You are really doing yourself a disservice if you do that. Like, if you know what's the whole year you have been getting a 40% in a particular module or particular subject, and now you suddenly, your next goal is a 90%. Like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, amen, but very tricky subject, very tricky. But no, be honest with yourself with what you can do. And if you get a conviction that a 90% is what you're gonna get next time, then absolutely great. But don't come here and be like, listen, 90%, A plus, period, when you know that perhaps you've not equipped yourself to get a 90% right now. What would be realistic is, okay, fine, with me, my goals are usually 10% higher, because I think that is quite achievable. Like, if I got a 40% last time, I'm like, okay, next time I want a 50. I just want to make it. And I know other people be like, aim higher. But I think as people, that differs. With me, I would not want to lie to myself and tell myself I'm going to get a 90% only to disappoint myself and be hurt. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. So I am realistic with myself, with my goals, with my capabilities, with my potentials, with my work ethic, with my history. Not that I am basing my present solely on my past, but we use the past to actually learn, right? And I think that is what I'm trying to say. Learn from your past, learn from your mistakes, be honest with yourself. I think nobody can be as honest with you like you can with yourself. So be honest, be realistic, set goals, and let those goals be in a line with what you know you can do. Okay, right. And the last thing is maintenance. Maintain. Once you do all these beautiful things and you start sleeping more, you start eating right, and you're healthy, and you're studying, and you are happy, and you are glowing, maintenance is very important. It is very difficult. It's very easy to start. Ask anyone who is at the gym now. It's very, very easy to start, but at some point you lose the motivation, and the only thing that's going to keep you going when you lose motivation is discipline, and it is the will. So you're going to have to set your mind in order to know what you want, and to have set plans and goals for yourself, so that when all is said and done and it gets tough and you lose the motivation, and after you forget about this video because you're going through the most, then you can still keep up because you know why you are doing the things that you are doing. And someone once said, when your why is bigger than your how, then you can achieve it. Like, there is nothing that can stop you because you know why you are doing it. So you should really know why you're doing something so you can be able to maintain it to the end. You must see it through, guys. Here we stand up for the things that we want. We are independent, we are strong. This is the holistic house, honey. This is the holistic house. So maintain is standard, maintain the level, maintain it. Okay, right. Okay, so that is it from me today with Student Life 101. So I hope you learned a thing or two. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like, share, do them things to be done. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support.